Imagine waking up tomorrow and discovering that you don't know where your next meal is coming from, simply because you cannot afford it. Now imagine that that person is someone you know, a neighbor, a sister, a little girl that runs by you in the Walmart. Food insecurity seems like a distant issue for a lot of us, but it actually affects millions of people in the United States. Today, I'd like to persuade you that fighting hunger isn't just for nonprofits or churches or food banks, but that it's something that each of us can do to participate in creating resources for people who need help. Together, we're going to explore the full scope, the real scope of food insecurity, and how you can get involved both through traditional methods and through micro methods that would be more accessible for college students. According to Feeding America, which is the largest nonprofit for food insecurity in the United States, approximately 47 million Americans go hungry or struggle with food insecurity every year. According to former U.S. Surgeon General Vivek Murthy, 15.3 million of those are children that are coming from food insecure households. Food insecurity contributes to many different chronic conditions, such as diabetes, heart disease, and high blood pressure. Children also struggle when they're food insecure with trouble concentrating, learning, and long-term physical development. Community organizations work to fill the gaps that are seen here in fighting food insecurity. And some of the ways that they do that, for example, would be through food banks, which distributes food to the needy, people that need food that aren't able to pay for it, as well as local shelters and soup kitchens. There's also community gardens, if you have time, that you can participate in. My son and I participate in a community garden where we grow food every year seasonally that we then donate to the food shelter. So last year we donated, for example, 50 pounds of squash to the food shelter that they were able to later distribute. And people can also donate non-perishable items to their local churches and shelters. But this takes work, right? And not every college student that's working with a family and doing full-time school necessarily has time for all of that. So how can you get involved? Let's talk about that. Let's talk about micro-volunteering. Students are able to get involved through various pathways, one of which we probably almost all of us virtually participate in, spreading awareness through social media. So following news stations, following poverty stations or channels that relate to food insecurity, and sharing that information, sharing those QR codes to our friends and family so that we can increase the awareness of the prevalence of this issue. We can also support campus fundraisers. Even just donating $5 can pay for a meal for that child in the Walmart. Finally, we can also support and fill out petitions, such as a petition by Feeding America that protects people who use SNAP, which is a government-funded program that provides food to low-income households. Food insecurity is not a distant problem. It affects many of our neighbors, our family, our friends, and sometimes we may even relate to having been food insecure in the past. By understanding this issue, volunteering when possible, and taking small actions, we can make a huge difference. So today, I would like to encourage you to take one small step towards fighting food insecurity. I'd like you to scan this QR code and fill out this petition that Feeding America has put out that is designed to assist in protecting the rights of people who use SNAP, which is that government-funded program that I mentioned. There have been many budget cuts for SNAP, and Feeding America has started a petition to try to protect those budget cuts so that we're not seeing reduced SNAP amounts going to low-income households. So I actually have the QR code here, and if you would just take a moment to go ahead and pull out your phone, scan that, and you can fill out the petition right away. takes 2 minutes, and that can be a way that you can micro-volunteer as a busy college student to contribute to fighting food insecurity. Will you join us? Thank you for watching.